Welcome back to Franchise Hockey Manager 7 as the Boston Bruins. And I left you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger last episode. We took a 3-1 Stanley Cup Finals lead against the Vegas Golden Knights. We lost Game 5. We lost Game 6. Game 7 is today in Vegas. So hopefully we can win this one and we can take the Stanley Cup in only our second season. From a roster perspective, we got Pastrnak back. We're still without Marchand, who's hurt still. Everything else is as it should be. Let's just make sure our lines are set. Across the board, Pelech, McAvoy, Grzelcyk, Carlo, yup. Power play, DeBrusk, yup, that's fine. Coyle, Stahl, Smith, yup, that's fine. Penalty killing, that's Bergeron, Frederick, Wagner, Corrali, Stahl, Coyle, that's fine. 4-on-3s look okay, except I want to move. I want to switch these two. Yeah, I want Pastrnak and Bergeron, Coyle, and DeBrusk. All right, so let's get to game number 7. No reason to wait. Why is Trent Frederick unhappy? It's game 7 of the Stanley Cup Final. What's his problem? Ice time. All right, well, deal with it. I'm not going to talk about it right now. DeBrusk, Bergeron, Pastrnak, Texier, Stahl, Kasha, Wagner, Coyle, Craig Smith, Frederick, Corrali, Sutter. On defense, Pelech and McAvoy, Grzelcyk, Carlo, Demare, and Bean. Mackenzie Blackwood gets the start in Game 7 for us. Robin Lehner for the Golden Knights. So let's get to it. And let's just make sure the sound is on low. It is. Let's play. Game number 7. Bruins looking to win on road ice, as they did in 2011 against the Vancouver Canucks in Game 7. Minute and a half gone by, no score. Golden opportunity for the Golden Knights there, as they had a 2-0 breakaway on Blackwood, and he was able to hold on. Couple of shots by the Golden Knights early here on Mackenzie Blackwood, peppering him with some shots. Obviously, being without Brad Marchand in this playoff series has really hurt us, but it is what it is. You do what you can do. Shot on goal. I don't know if that made it through or not. It didn't look like it did. That one is cleared down by the Bruins. Shot, score. 5 minutes and 10 seconds into the first period. The Game 6 hero, Jonathan Marchessault, gets Vegas on the board here early from Chandler Stevenson and John Moore. So that's not quite the start we wanted, but it's the start we have. So we got to dig out of a hole here early in the first period. And Lehner holds on to that one. Stahl is kicked out of the face-off circle, and Kasha loses the draw. And a wraparound score by Jonathan. Oh, Jonathan Marchessault, man, is just killing us. 2 goals last game, 2 goals this game. He's got, if we look at his, can we look at his playoff stats here? I don't think we can look at his playoff stats here. Yeah, these are all just regular season. I think he's got like 16 goals now in the postseason or something. Not the start we wanted, as we trail 2-0 here midway through the first period. That top line of Bergeron, Pastrnak, and DeBrusk is going to have to do something here to get us back into this one. Held on to, or saved by Blackwood and kicked out by the Bruins. Offensively, nothing going for the Bees here in the first period. That one goes in offsides. Held on to, Blackwood makes the save there. Still no score, or for no score for the Bruins. 2-0 for Vegas, as Jonathan Marchessault has scored the last 3 goals for the Golden Knights in this series. Lehner holds on to that one, and we'll have the draw to his left. Bruins had a couple of opportunities. They weren't able to do anything with it, and Vegas is forced to ice it. Man, it's hard to get any offense going when you can't win the draw. Coyle loses the draw in the zone. We get a shot on there. It's kicked out by Leonard. Blackwood makes the save on that one. Texier loses the puck. And Nicholas Hague is going to go 2 minutes for tripping. So an opportunity here for us to get back into it on the power play. Be nice if we could pick up a goal here this period and get us within a goal. No, that one's cleared out by Vegas. We had one opportunity. It looked like it was by Kasha. That one's held on to. Down to the last minute of this power play. Save, shot, score! On the power play, David Pastrnak from Jake DeBrusk get us within a goal, as that's a huge goal for the Bruins, as Vegas had really dominated this first period, but now we're within a goal with just under 3 minutes left in the first period. You're going to the locker room feeling a whole lot better about yourself, down by 1 versus down by 2. Corrali loses the draw, and it's iced by Vegas again. Another opportunity for the Bees. Shot saved by Leonard, and the Golden Knights are able to get it out. 5-on-1 behind the net. So we're down to the final 23 seconds, and Max Pacioretty is going to go for hooking. So the Bruins are going to have another power play here to finish the first and into the second. And that's going to do it for the first period. Vegas leads 2-1, but things starting to look up for the Bruins a little bit towards the end of that first period. We were outshot 16-10. We got down 2-0 early. Jonathan Marchessault with 2 goals in that first period. And then Pastrnak on the power play to bring us within a goal. So we're going to be a man up for the first minute 43 of the second period. Let's see if we can tie this one up. Shot goes wide. And Coyle tries to jam it home, and he can't. Final 30 seconds of the power play. Texier with a shot, and that one's held on, or saved by Leonard. I keep saying held on to. And that's going to do it for the power play. Blackwood makes the save. Bruins get it out. Wagner with it in the corner, tries to center it, and he can't. Blackwood hangs on to that one, face off to his right. Shot kicked out by Blackwood. Golden Knights bring it right back in, get 2 more shots on Blackwood, and the Bruins clear it down deep. Again, the Bruins clear it in, but no offense comes from it. 13 minutes left in the second period. 2-1 Vegas. Game 7. Stanley Cup Finals. Saved by Leonard. Saved by Blackwood. Bruins looking to tie this one. Kasha's shot from the point doesn't make it through. Blackwood makes another save. Blackwood makes another save. Holds on to that one. Midway through the hockey game, we're down 2-1. Jonathan Marchessault scored 2 goals in the first. We had a power play goal from Pastrnak to get us within 1. Kept in by the Bruins momentarily. Blackwood kicks that one out with some ease. Breakaway chance for the Bruins. Shot, score! Jake Bean, the defenseman from Jason Demare, and we have a brand new hockey game with 8:22 left. It's 2-2. Blackwood has kept the Bruins in this one, giving their offense time to get things going, and we are tied at 2. Shot on Blackwood is held on to. 6 minutes left, second period, 2-2 hockey game. Save by Blackwood. Bruins looking to take the lead now after trailing 2-0. They pick up a goal towards the end of the first period. They score in the second to tie this one at 2. Three and a half left to go. Leonard kicks that one into the corner off the stick of Charlie McAvoy. Another save by Blackwood on another good opportunity for the Golden Knights. Coyle fires that one wide. Blackwood makes another nice save. Leonard saves that one off the stick of Wagner. Under a minute left in the second period. 2-2. Game 7. Bruins have it behind the net, and that's going to do it for the second period of play. So we go to the third period of Game 7. Nothing settled. We are still tied at 2. They're out shooting us 31-18. Mackenzie Blackwood has been fantastic since he gave up those 2 early goals to Jonathan Marchessault. Allowed us to climb back into it. So we got 1 period of hockey left to go. Tied at 2. Game 7. Early opportunity for the Golden Knights is turned aside. Leonard holds on to that one from Texier. Pasternak had his pocket pick down at the other end as Blackwood will hold on to that one. Couple minutes into the third period, still 2-2. Marchessault with another opportunity there, but defended nicely by 4 Bruin defenders. Corrali wins the draw. Shot doesn't get through to Leonard. That shot goes wide. McAvoy with it. Bruins get it out of the zone. Turn it over at center ice and get it right back. Big mass scramble in front of the net. Nothing doing there, though. Blackwood's able to make the save on that one. Bruins top line out there, at least for the moment, as DeBrusk loses that one and Vegas ices it. Midway through the third period, 2-2 hockey game. Game 7. Leonard saves that one and kicks it out to the blue line. It's kept in for a moment by McAvoy before Vegas is able to get it out. Blackwood makes the save there. Another save by Blackwood. That one's behind the net. And it's going to be iced by the Bruins. We're down to 8:41 left in the third period. A couple of saves on shots on Blackwood, a couple more saves. Mackenzie Blackwood's having a fantastic hockey game here for us. Knock on wood, he can continue that. 7 minutes remaining. And Alexander Texier is going to go 2 minutes for holding. So Vegas is going to get their first power play of the game with 6:48 left to go in the third period. And they score. 3 seconds into the power play. Max Pacioretty from William Karlsson. And we are now down 3-2. Real Bruins fans would want to fire Alexander Texier into the sun right about now. That's just terrible. So we gotta get on the board here. We gotta score in the next 5 minutes. Breakaway opportunity, shot, score. Riley Smith, the former Bruin, puts the potential dagger in the hearts of all Bruins fans as we were up 3-1 in this series, and looks like Vegas is going to win 3 straight games to take their first ever Stanley Cup. 4 minutes remaining. Shot by Texier is deflected out of play. Shot from the point doesn't make it through, and they will ice it. Shot held onto by Leonard. And that one's going to be iced. 3 minutes left. Bruins get the puck in and then lose it. Saved by Blackwood. Taken away by the Golden Knights. Shot goes wide. We're down to 1.5 minutes. Bruins have their goalie pulled. And the Vegas Golden Knights will come back from a 3-1 series deficit to take Game 7 4-2 and win the Stanley Cup Championship. Mackenzie Blackwood stopped 35 out of 39 shots, but picked up the loss. Jonathan Marchessault, goals 15 and 16. He ended up with 3 points in the game, 16 goals in the postseason. Max Pacioretty and Riley Smith scored 1 minute and 7 seconds apart to turn a 2-2 hockey game into a 4-2 lead for the Golden Knights. So that's it. We lost. We were outshot 39-24. We just didn't have the offense, especially once Marchand went down. So that is what it is. So let's move on, I guess, to let's see what's up next. I think we move on to Hall of Fame voting or something. It's going to sim ahead a few days. All right, so it's June 20th. We have to re-sign our scouts and stuff, I believe, is where we are. Yeah, Kevin Dean. We want to bring Kevin Dean back. Bob Weddick, we want to bring him back. Ryan Nadeau, we want to bring him back. And Joe Sacco, we'll bring him back as well. All right, my contract was extended, fantastic. Salary cap extended by 10% in the offseason. Adam Fox broke off negotiations. Andre Palat is probably going to be a free agent. Great. Marchand's ready to return to practice. Let's get to the award ceremonies. So you can see Roman Josi won the Ted Lindsay Award. Art Ross went to Kucherov. The Rocket Richard Trophy went to Tarasenko. Lady Byng went to Draisaitl. Masterson went to Shea Weber. Sidney Crosby won the Messier Award. And Thatcher Demko won the Jennings. Let's take a look at the other awards. The Hart Trophy went to Roman Josi. Wow. 82 points in 82 games for the defenseman Roman Josi. Conn Smythe went to Jonathan Marchessault. No surprise there. Calder went to Jake Bean of the Bruins. Very nice. We win the Calder Trophy. Shea Theodore won the best defenseman, but Roman Josi won the MVP. All right, I'm not sure I understand that, but it is what it is. Arturi Lehkonen won the Selke for the best defensive forward. Vezina went to Vasilevsky. John Chayka won the Executive of the Year with the Oilers. And the best coach went to Corey Clouston of the Edmonton Oilers. Cool. So we're going to sim ahead up to the last day of the postseason. Or I guess of the regular season. We'll do some free agency. Here's our score. We reached the playoffs. We had a winning season. We didn't finish first. We reached the finals. Losing season, we aren't going to have any of the negative categories, so we get 26 points. Our total score is 33. We have 5 points to put into our stuff. So I'm going to put... I don't want to dump it all into coaching forwards this year. think I do. He's got a lot of young forwards. I'm just going to put it all into coaching forwards. I don't know if that was the right move, but that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let's take a look at our notes for June 30th. We know about all of the award winners. NHL All-Stars, Brad Marchand was a second-team All-NHL. Vasilevsky, Theodore, Pietrangelo, Draisaitl, Point, Kucherov was your first team. Ante Ranta, Seth Jones, Werenski, Marchand, McKinnon, and Tarasenko was your second team. All-rookie team. Ilya Konovalov was the goaltender for Edmonton. Bean and Prisky were your defensemen. Pelletier, Robertson, and Wallstrom are your forwards. Stan Bowman was fired. Chris Drury brought on as the new general manager of the Chicago Blackhawks. Mark Crawford lost his job. Yannick Perreault brought in to coach the Chicago Blackhawks. Todd McClellan fired. Travis Green fired. Rod Brindamore brought in as the head coach of Colorado. Jeff Blashill brought in as the head coach of San Jose. Todd Richards brought in for Nashville. Dan Bylsma brought in as the head coach for Minnesota. Ty Ronning traded, son of course, Cliff Ronning. Free agency preview. I haven't gone through this, but right off the bat, you got 37-year-old Ryan Getzlaf, Hampus Lindholm. Got some solid players. I mean, most of them, again, are probably restricted, so we'll take a look at that when we can. Rasmus Ristolainen, Scott Lawton, Nito Niederreiter, Martin Necas, Adam Bokfist, but I'm sure I know he's restricted. So yeah, there are some good names here. Alexander Radulov. Yeah, so it looks like we'll have a lot of free agent possibilities. Alexander Barkov is a free agent. Ooh, let's see what kind of money we have to play with when the season's over. Scouting reports, Shane Wright's still number 1. So we're going to delete all these. We're going to sim ahead. It's going to take a minute, so I'll be back on July 1st. All right, we're back. It is July 2nd. Apparently on July 1st we could buy people out, but I didn't stop it, so I can't buy anybody out. I'm not sure. Actually, I don't think I can. Let's look at my roster and see if I can buy anybody. Is there anybody I want to buy out? Let's look at the cap hits. Rittich, can I buy him out? Buyout rights. Yes. All right, let's do that. But I don't think it's the same. Like these, we'll have to see. Like so we are. Damn it. Okay, well that was my mistake. I should have gone to the next day. I should have gone to July 1st. I just clicked continue and it skipped July 1st, which means I didn't get a chance to make a run at Barkov. I don't know that I would have been able to pay him $11 million a year, but I didn't have the opportunity. So that sucks. But there were a lot of people bought out, so there might be some opportunities for us here. So let's take a look at our roster. So we're gonna come back with Mackenzie Blackwood, and let's do this too. So so Swayman is gonna get called up to Boston. Vakanainen is gonna get called up to Boston. Eklund is going to get called up to Boston. Olsen, maybe. We want to take a look at our unsigned players as well for Providence. I panicked for a second. So we want to bring in Newhook. Let's see if he's willing to come in. He is. He's 2 stars already, so we will bring in Alex Newhook and Dylan Gunther and Beecher. So they're all 2 stars, so I think it's fair to bring them all in. Kalisti, he's 21, so yeah, let's offer him a contract as well. I don't necessarily know that he's going to be in Boston, but we'll bring him in as a 21-year-old. Is there anybody else? Mason, Laurie. Yeah, again, he's 21. He's 13s across the board, so we'll see if he wants to. All right, so we're going to bring in those guys. We bring in those 5. So if we look at our roster, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 defensemen. We could stand to bring in another defenseman because I'm not crazy about Nesterov or Clifton being my 6th. Vakanainen will be in there, but I'm not crazy about Nesterov or Clifton being my 6th. So we could use a defenseman. I mean, just from a line perspective, we don't have enough forwards. I mean, I think we'll have enough with the people we called up, but it might be worth our while to look at. Did Bergeron retire? Shit. Oh, missing out on Barkov hurts even more now. Bergeron had 88 points in 82 games and retired. Damn it. All right. So that leaves a gaping hole in our lineup. Let's go to the injury list and let's put Marchand back on the active roster. We need a center. Because right now Charlie Coyle's our number 1 center. Shoot. All right, well, let's look at the free agents. I wish, and I can't do anything about it now, but it is what it looks like. There are some options, though. Do we make a run at a Sean Couturier? We've got $17 million in cap space, like I said. So we wanted a defenseman, a top 6 defenseman, preferably a top 4 defenseman would be nice to pair with. So we got Pellick and McAvoy, so to pair with Grzelcyk as a second pairing defenseman. But first things first, we need to go after a center. That's what we need. I think Sean Couturier is that guy. He's got the defensive chops. So let's make an offer to Sean Couturier. He wants 6 years. We'll give him 6 years at $9 million and see if he takes that. So we'll go there and we'll go 9. And see if that's enough. So 6 years, $54 million for Sean Couturier. He's a pretty solid forward. If we look at his career stats, been with the Flyers now for a decade. Last season, 58 points, in 76 games, 25 goals. He scored more than 30 twice. Looks like he's good for about 60 to 70 points a year, which I'll take. We can plug him in between Bergeron or between Pastrnak and Bergeron. We need a defenseman. Ekman Larson. They bought him out. What does he want? He wants almost 5.5 a year for 3 years. Let's filter just by defenseman. So Morgan Riley, number 1 on the list. He probably wants big money. Yes, $7 million for 5 years. McDonough. Darnell Nurse is an option. Oh, that's right. We lost Carlo, too. His demands are coming down. Maybe we just bring Carlo back. A devil you know kind of thing, you know? He's only 25. All right, let's bring Carlo back. Will he take 3 years, though? At, 4 or 5? Will he take that? No, he only wants 2. All right, so we'll give him a 2-year deal, and we'll give him 4.5 for 2. And we'll sim ahead one day and see if we can get Couturier. Because we have a little bit of money left, but I would rather save it for a bidding war with Couturier if necessary. Not that I expect there to be a bidding war. I expect either we're going to sign him or we're not. So let's see. Sean Couturier, good. We picked up Sean Couturier. He is our new starting center. Not as good as Bergeron, but very few are. Players cleared unconditional. How do I release him? Shit. Okay, I'm going to have to trade him. All right, so I missed the day. That's fine. I'm not going to. In fact, Did we get Carlo? Did we get Carlo too? Morgan Riley signed with the Senators. Okay, we got Carlo and we got Couturier. So that helps. So our top five defensemen are pretty set. McAvoy, Vakanainen, Carlo, Pelech, Grzelcyk, and Bean. So our defense is pretty set. So we could use... I think we could use a seventh defenseman. Maybe somebody who's a, 2.5 star. Clifton as a 1.5 star. I'm not really crazy about. Nesterov I just don't like. In fact, I might try to package him with Rittich. So let's see what we can get for Rittich, if anything. Oh, wow. So we got some offers. Okay. Anthony Richard, Cliff Poo, Benoit, Olivier Grew. That might be the option. Get ourselves a young forward. Yegor Sokolov looks pretty okay. Gustav Forsling, no. Zach Aston Reese, he's a good defensive forward. He's making about $2 million a year. Scouting, similar to Jake DeBrusk, really. They don't seem like similar players at all. He's a two-way forward. He's 27. Jan Jenik. St. Louis wants to send us Austin Pugnasty. Pittsburgh, Matt Roy. Philly, Wyatt Wiley. The Kings, Matt Luff. The Blackhawks, Sammy Vatanen. No thank you. And the Maple Leafs, Adam Ernie. I think it's Ernie, right? Yeah. All right. I'm not paying him $20 million, so we'll wait. Actually, I want to free that cap space up so that I can potentially sign another impact forward. So let's look at Grew. Good player, resembles Charlie Coyle. Trent Frederick, similar talent. Sokolov is younger. He's 22. Jake DeBrusk, logged a fair amount. He's a goal scorer. Last year in the AHL, I'm going to go after Yegor Sokolov. I think I'm just going to take this deal here. That's going to clear $6 million off our cap. And I know this is sort of a video game move. I mean, we signed Rittich last offseason, but to be fair, he did lose his starting job to Mackenzie Blackwood this past season because he was bad. And we've got a couple of young prospects. So I'm going to make this deal. Yegor Sokolov comes over for David Rittich. So that clears up some additional cap space. We were able to sign Carlo and Couturier, so that's good. Let's close this and let's look at our lines. Just sort of mess around here a little bit. So Couturier on the top line with Marchand. I want to get Marchand out there. Nope. Marchand. What is going on? Why is it doing... Oh, is he not dressed? Oh, I can't dress him because he's still hurt. All right. So we're going to have Couturier, Pasternak, Marchand, Coyle, Kasha, DeBrusk. We're going to have a lot of young players coming up. So I don't know that necessarily... maybe we just go all out for defense and try to pick up another solid defenseman. We're going to have a lot of young players. I think if we can move some of these players, that might be the way to go. Let's go back to the free agent center. Oh, Malkin's on here. I didn't even see him. Did they just buy him? Let's look at some of the signings. Hampus Lindholm signed with the New Jersey Devils. Morgan Riley signed a 5-year contract with the Ottawa Senators. Thomas Hertl signed with Columbus. Matthias Ekholm with the Devils. So the Devils pick up Lindholm and Ekholm in the offseason to really improve that defensive left side. Alexander Barkov signed the big contract with St. Louis. So some big names changing hands already. There's still some really solid offensive and defensive players out here. What would Malkin want if we just wanted to go nuts? $8 million for 1 year, which means he's probably going to retire at the end of next season. Man, that Bergeron thing just kind of threw us for a loop there. So let's filter this again. Let's look at the forwards that are left. Jared McCann. He's 4-star, but he only had 22 points last season. The star ratings don't match up to his performance, I guess. What type of forward is he considered? A two-way forward? Yeah, 28 points. He was a plus 15, but he only had a 59 rating, and he's a 3.5 star. I don't think so. Niederreiter had 15 goals last season. Ryan Strome, Vincent Trocheck, Kevin Hayes. Kevin Hayes. 20 goal scorer a year ago. Or 2 years ago. What would he want for a contract? $5 million a year. I don't want to pay Kevin Hayes quite that much money. Alexander Radulov. Johan Larsson might not be a bad idea. He only had 32 points. Again, the rating is low. What does he want? Ooh, that seems like a really good deal for a high-quality defensive forward. I could do that. Let's give him 3 years at 2.5. That seems like a really solid deal. You don't want to be the role of an agitator. What about a checking forward? You would prefer to be a two-way forward. Okay, fine. You can be a two-way forward. All right, so 3 years at $2.5 million. I think that's a pretty solid deal. Let's sim ahead a day. And then I think I'm going to look to move on from Texier, as I don't necessarily think he's bringing us much in terms of I think he's going to be blocking some of the young stars, and I think we can do better on the free agent market. So let's move ahead a day. I don't trust this thing. I want it to stop. All right, yeah. Okay, so we signed Johan Larsson. Cool. I like that. He's not going to score many points, but he's going to be a natural fit on that third line, I think. If we look at our roster now, we still can't bring Marchand in. That's fine. So Texier, not bad. 2.5-star, 3-star potential. Only had 12 points in the regular season. Really came on strong in the postseason. Has a physical presence, but I think, especially with some of our young players coming on board, I think we'll be able to do better. So let's offer Texier up in a trade and see what sorts of offers we can get. See if we can pick up a draft pick or Connor Corcoran, Cliff Poo in a 7th, Tage Thompson, Elliot Ekmark. it's kind of what I'm looking for is a maybe kind of low current, high potential type player. Jonathan Davidson in a 7th. Timur Ibramagov. Decent forward prospect. Jesper Fast. Tyler Benson. Richard Panik in a 7th. David Quenville. We can bring back Spoon. No, thank you. Linus Weissbach. Liam Gorman. Jack St. Ivany, 6'3", 202 pounds. He's not scouted. Two-way defenseman. Yeah, unfortunately, he's not scouted, so I don't want to make a move on a guy who's not scouted because I don't know what we're getting out of him. This could be that opportunity to pick up that 7th defenseman. This might not be a bad deal here. Ben Gleason. Pavel Buchnevich. Seth Barton. Lucas Carlson in a 7th from the Blackhawks. And the Canadians want to give us a 3rd. I mean, I think that's the best deal. I think we're going to take a 3rd for Alexander Texier. Yep. We're going to take a 3rd for Alexander Texier. Is there anybody else? I mean, and I could go team by team and try to, nickel and dime and get as much as I possibly can, but I don't want to do that. Craig Smith is another one. He had a difficult season last year. 34 points in 73 games, but if we look at his playoffs, it was a different story. 20 points in 25 games in the postseason after scoring whatever it was, 28 in the regular season. I mean, right now he's our 3rd line right wing. Our 3rd line left wing right this second is Chris Wagner. Because we got Couturier, Coyle, Corrali, and probably Eklund as our 4. It's an offensive forward. Do we want to put him on the left wing or do we want... All right, let's see what's available. Let's see what's still available in free agency and then decide. So we have signed, so far we've signed all of our... Why is Beecher still there? Is he not coming over till next season? Same thing with Newhook? Yeah, he's still in BC. Okay, all right. He hasn't signed the contracts yet. Okay. So we signed... These are the contracts that haven't been signed yet. Right. Okay, so we've signed Sean Couturier, Johan Larsson, and we brought back Brandon Carlo. So we still could use a 7th defenseman, one that's a little bit better than what we have, or we can take one of our defensemen and make them a 7th defenseman. We could bring in 33-year-old P.K. Subban. I'm good there. Justin Falk was bought out by the Blues last season. Only played in 15 games. What kind of contract would he want? $3 million. I think we're okay there. Not for a 7th defenseman anyway. Gabriel Bork. Will Butcher from the Devils. Jacob Trouba. Ollie Mata might not be a bad pickup. 34 points was a plus 11. What does he want? Yeah, that's more than I want to pay. I'm hoping to get somebody for under 3. If I can get another defenseman for under 3, I will make a run at it. Otherwise, I might just sit on what we have and maybe save that space for, Eric Gustafson. Maybe bring ourselves in a good old-fashioned offensive forward. Or offensive defenseman, rather. What does he want? He's 30, so maybe he won't want quite as much. Yeah, 1.9 for 3 years. I think that's a no-brainer. So I'll even give him 3 at $2 million. Really going to help the power play. Off from 3 years at $2 million. And I think that's going to do it. I mean, I think maybe we see about bringing in a veteran backup goalie that we can potentially just stash in Providence in case our backup goalie, in case Swayman is a mess. Like we had Frank Kuz down there last season. I'm thinking maybe Timur Bilyavlov and bring him in from the KHL. Sure, I can do that. Cool. All right, so let's sim ahead one day. And then we'll take a look and see if there's anybody else that we want to move. Alimata signed there. That's fine. Okay, he's still okay with it. We're still waiting on Gustafsson. We'll go through the draft and then I'll call it an episode, I think is how we'll do this. That'll allow me off camera to sim the rest of the regular season, and any secondary moves I make at that point I can show you. But do the primary offseason. And, okay, so Malkin signed a 1-year contract with the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Draft order, we have the 30th pick in the draft, even though we finished with just over a 500 record. Winnipeg Jets win the draft lottery. So let's move on to the draft. And we'll do, so you can see we've got a first, a second, 2/3, a fourth, 2/6, then a seventh. So we'll do the first handful of picks, and then we'll sim ahead and see if maybe we can move up. I don't know. Shane Wright went to Winnipeg as expected. He's expected to be a beast. 62 points in 60 games last season for the Kingston Frontenacs. He goes to Winnipeg. Next pick is Matthew Savoy. Goes to Washington. Also expected to be a beast. Scored 60 points for the Winnipeg Ice. Number 3 pick, Noah Ostland. Goes to Calgary, so 3 centers right off the bat. Quinn Finley out of BC goes to Detroit. And then the number 5 pick, Elias Salmonson, goes to the Arizona Coyotes. So we're going to be somewhere in this vicinity, I think. And that's okay. So let's... I don't think I want to move up. I mean, I'm not going to be able to move up to get Lambert. I mean, it's unrealistic. Actually, let's just keep going here and see. Jorian Donovan. Okay, there goes Lambert at 8. All right, so let's just pick until human. All right, so let's see. Where did we leave off? Filmus went to Toronto. Poitras to the Canadiens. Ty Nelson to the Devils. Seamus Casey to the Kings. Hudson to Carolina. Nemec to the Stars. Jack Hughes to Anaheim. Legoff to the Islanders. Miro Shenenko to the Oilers, Max Nemestikov to the Canucks, Spencer Sova to Ottawa, Ryan Healy to San Jose, Carvelis to Colorado, Frank Nazar to Minnesota, Liam Arnsby to Florida, DeVincentis, the first goalie taken to Pittsburgh, Zachary Lavoie, Rutger McGrody, that's a great name, Jack Devine, Leighton Carruthers, William Yee. So it's down to us at number 30. So, let's see if we go risky suggestions. Gray Bjunkin, Nikita Gray Bjunkin. An offensive forward. A lot of development time will be needed for him, though. He's only a half star right now. Terrible defensively. But he's the only over 3-star player available. Paul Ludwinski out of Kingston in the OHL. Tristan Zandy. Safe suggestions would be Gavin Hayes out of the OHL. Scouts think we should take Hayes or Charlie Zolan, the goaltender, Who does the mock draft have us taking? Smith. Caleb Smith. All right, so I don't think we need to be risky, but we're not confident that he's going to reach that potential. Are we more or less confident in anybody? No, we're all A and then C. So I think we take a shot here at the 19-year-old Nikita Gray-Buntkin. He's only 19. 3.5-star potential. We're pretty confident in our scouting of him. We're not confident he's going to reach it, but he's durable. He's a leader. This says he gets hurt a lot, but it says he's a leader and it says he's durable. So we're going to take Gray-Buntkin. Let's go to the next pick. And all right, so we got a couple of 1-star, 3-star guys here. Joam Kamal is already a very, very good, kind of a polished offensive physical specimen, if you will. I think that might be the pick. With this 14 offense and 14 physical, yeah, I like that. All right, let's go on to our next pick. Do we want to take a shot at a goalie here? Sergei Ivanov plays in the VHL. Really solid numbers in the Russia 17 league. Yeah, let's go with a goalie here with our first pick of the 3rd round. Next pick, we're still in the 3rd round. Devin Kaplan at BU. He's an 18-year-old, 1.5-star, 2.5-star. There's got to be a better option. Here we go. Here's a defenseman, Alexander Giuliano out of Denver. Give him some time. Let's pick him, and we'll give him some time to grow with Denver. So let's go to our next pick, which I think is the 4th round. Sapovalev is still there. Do we have anybody who's more than... So we do have this Dion. He's an overager. 20-year-old out of the Q. No, he's not very good. I think this is our pick right here. Marcus Vidicek out of the Q. 31 points last season for Halifax. So we are in the 6th round. This is our first 6th round pick. Do we go with the over? No, he's not very good. Dennis Baronoff is a 20-year-old, 5'11", 186. Jerry Lasila. He's better offensive chops, but we're not confident at all that he's going to reach that. None of these guys are going to be very good. Let's take Dmitry Katalevsky. Just because he's younger than Baronoff, got that extra year to develop. We may get Baronoff anyway. I want to take Lasila. We're not confident that he's going to reach that, but if he does, then great. So is this our last pick? Yeah, this is our last pick. Alexander Nadeau. All right, so that is the end of the first-year player draft. We're not going to sign any of those players. We have a ton of upcoming free agents that we have to deal with. I'll look at some of those during the offseason. Excuse me. Had to stretch there. Have to sign some people. We are going to make some moves. We probably won't hang on to... I mean, maybe someone like Dominic Bach could be trade bait. We've got some players that... we still have some unsigned. Anybody here that I want to bring in just really quickly? No, nobody. So we're going to let all these guys sort of simmer. I may end up making some additional free agent and some additional trade moves. He said we had one of the worst drafts. That's too bad. Yeah, we went long term with our draft picks for sure, but I don't know what else we could have done with the 30th pick. There wasn't much available. So, all right, so that's going to do it. So when we come back, it'll be opening night. I'll go over kind of what happened during the rest of the offseason, if there were any deals made, any additional free agents signed, any trades made. And we will get to the start of season number 3. So as always, guys, let me know your thoughts. Please leave a like, subscribe, and until we talk again, everybody take care. Bye-bye.